That brutal goddamn summer is finally over and we are now in the fall, and of course we're gonna have to do our annual fall cocktails. But while everybody on the internet is gonna be focused on spice syrup and pumpkin spice, you know, that is not everything that fall is all about. And I get that we're like, you know, gearing up for all the holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, but there are many other fall flavors that we can play with. So this year I thought it'd be kind of fun to forego the pumpkin spice and the spice syrup and play with some other ingredients that read fall, make some great cocktails. But if you're into the pumpkin spice and the spice syrup, click the link above and you can go make those too. Marius. Do you know what today is?
It's coffee day?
It's Trade Coffee Day! My trade coffee came in the mail today. Let's open it up and see what we got. It's the most exciting day of the month. Ooh, look at this. This is one I've not tasted yet. Bold and Smoky West Pool Cuvée. Ah, it smells so good. I want to talk to you guys about trade. In reality, trade has really made my life a lot easier lately. Whether I'm drinking coffee at home, which I do every single morning, and I do really like to go to the coffee shop and get coffees. The thing is that I don't make enough money to drink coffee shop coffee every single day, but I want to have that coffee shop quality coffee at home. I get that with trade. So whether or not I'm making coffee at home or making coffee cocktails, which I do quite a bit, trade has really been a very big help in this end. I get to taste a lot of different coffees from some of the top independent roasters in the country. The coffee is fresh every single time I get it, so I can get ground or whole bean, whatever I want to do with it, and it's really easy to change your subscriptions. Lately, what I've been doing is making a cold brew concentrate and then drinking that in the morning. I mix that with a little bit of water or a little bit of almond milk in the morning for my morning coffee, or I have that concentrate for cocktails, and I can make things like espresso martinis and stuff like that very easily. So Trade is offering $30 off your new order to new subscribers. So go to drinktrade.com/barfly and shop the Barfly collection. Let's get into making the cocktails. The first cocktail that we're doing today is from Miami bartender Gabriel Urrutia, which I have had a not so well documented, but nevertheless intense love affair with his drinks. Today we're gonna be making a cocktail called The Blacker the Berry, the Sweeter the Juice, and it is a fantastic drink. So first things first, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, 1/2 an ounce of ginger syrup, 1/2 an ounce of agave. So we're gonna do 2 dashes, which is 20 drops of this Bitterman's habanero shrub. If you can't get your hands on Bitterman's, you can do like really any, you know, kind of habanero bitters or shrub will work pretty well. 3/4 of an ounce of Saint Germain elderflower liquor, 1.5 ounces of Montelobos mezcal, Scotia Pebble, and then we're giving it a nice whip shake. Now, the original recipe for this calls for muddled blackberries in the bottom of the glass, but I thought it would be kind of nice to add a little bit more complexity with the creme de mure on top, so we're adapting this recipe a little bit. So I'm just gonna pour the cocktail unstrained into a Collins glass like so. I'm gonna add pebble ice. I'm gonna pour in 1/2 an ounce of this creme de mure on top like so. To garnish, we're gonna do a blackberry with this nice little pick and a couple of sage leaves. Nice and aromatic. Give it a straw, give it a taste. Ooh, oh man. You got the ginger, you got the habanero spice. You get the minerality from the mezcal and a little bit of smoke. The Saint Germain is obviously sort of bringing it together and kind of, you know, it's obviously adding a little bit of sugar. You get that elderflower pop. There's a reason why in the industry people call Saint Germain bartender ketchup, because it makes everything taste good. So you get that nice ginger. I think I said that before, but it's really on the finish and it really pairs very well with that habanero. But then you also get that blackberry. What's really nice about that is you're getting a little extra complexity from the creme de mure, which we actually make with gin and wine. And so you get a little bit of those botanicals. You get that tannic wine and a little bit more acid in there. And it's just, everything's just really nicely balanced. I really like this drink a lot. I'm gonna drink some more of it because it is wonderful. And then let's just not forget that we also can smell the sage as we sip, just giving it another flavor profile. So there you have it, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The next cocktail we're doing is a blood orange margarita, and this is an adapted recipe from an Australian bartender named Ben Davidson. I don't have to tell you why we're doing this. It's like, I mean, it's pretty obvious like why we're doing it. 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of blood orange juice. 1/2 ounce of Cointreau. 1.5 ounces of tequila blanco. 1 teaspoon of bitter bianco. And 1/2 ounce of light agave, like so. Into the tin you go. I could be doing like a little shake and dump here, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna just shake. And strain into our glass. I'm gonna do a kind of a controversial garnish here, but like, so here's the thing. I wanna just take a wedge and just stick it in here like so, like that, right? And that's your garnish. The thing is that when you do wedges like this, and the reason why I don't do them very often in cocktails is because people think that they are then supposed to squeeze it into the drink when really it's just supposed to be a nice garnish. This is perfectly balanced the way it is. You know, blood oranges are a little bit more tart than like a regular orange. And so if you put it in here, you're gonna wreck it. So just put it in there for the garnish, or do like a dehydrated one if you can't help yourself, and don't squeeze it into the glass. All right. Ran over, that's really good. Yum. Nice and tart. Well, yeah, pretty balanced too, yeah. It's like tart. If you wanted to up the agave a little bit, you could, to make it a little bit more, I mean, it's balanced, but it's like balanced on the tart side, and you can make it balanced on the sweet side if you wanted to, just add a little bit more. Maybe 1/2 ounce of agave or something, as opposed to just a teaspoon. The bitter bianco in there is kind of giving it a nice bitterness that's sort of kind of taking everything down. And it is fantastic. Just like a nice, here you go, blood orange margarita. The next cocktail we're doing is called a Trick Pony. It's from bartender Susie Hoyt at the Violet Hour in Chicago. What I really love about the name of this cocktail is that it's based on the idea that vodka is a one-trick pony, and then we're doing something that adds a little bit more complexity, but it's still bright and citrusy. And also, you know, proper for fall. All right, first things up, we're gonna do 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. We're gonna come up one of these bad boys. Look at that, look at how much pith there is around. And then we're gonna do 3/4 ounce of grapefruit juice, 1/2 ounce simple syrup. So this recipe also calls for apricot liqueur. It calls for 1/8 ounce, so that's 3/4 teaspoon. That's the easiest way to measure it. So if you go a little over, I'm sure it's pretty forgiving. We're gonna do 1 ounce of Coca Americano, and this is a white wine aperitif liqueur that's pretty sweet, so you wanna keep this in the fridge. And then we're gonna do 1 ounce of vodka. I need to cut up some more ice next time, Marius. Oh, well, wrong tin, but okay. Gotta do this quickly. Give it a shake. And we're gonna strain this into a chilled coupe, like so. I shall taste it. I actually used a pretty small coupe for this. I think we're gonna have to. Ooh, that's really nice and complex. Let's taste that again. Okay, where do I begin? Obviously, the vodka is only bringing in a bit more heft to the alcohol in it. It's very grapefruit forward, and it's a really nice balance between the grapefruit and the Coca Americano. You get a lot of the botanicals and that bitter bite on the end of the Coca. The sugar is really well balanced, and I gotta say, for only 3/4 teaspoon of apricot liqueur, you can really feel it in there, and it gives it a nice fall vibe, but it's still very bright and citrusy. This is a really nice cocktail, and this is like a nice fall cocktail that wouldn't really read fall visually, and yet flavor-wise, it's appropriate for the season. And we forgot the garnish, but we're gonna do it now. It calls for a radius cut lemon wheel. So we cut a lemon wheel as thin as we can. We cut it on the radial like so. Bam, onto the rim of our glass like that. And there you have, my friends, the Trick Pony with a garnish. So the last cocktail we're doing today is called a Skater on Crack, which is a Surfer on Acid variation. It was created by Los Angeles area bartender Sherwood Suzankari. These days you can find Sherwood consulting for different bar programs, and then you can also find him on Instagram at Good Drinks. All right, let's do it. So first thing we're gonna do, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce simple syrup, 1 ounce pineapple juice, 1 ounce pineapple rum, and of course, since it's a Surfer on Acid variation, 1 ounce of Jägermeister. Put some ice in here. And of course, ice in our tin. And give it a shake. And we're just gonna strain it into our glass like so. Calls for a mint bouquet. All right, slappy poo, crushy pants. And then, oh, that's nice. And we're gonna do a dehydrated lime wheel as well. Just stick that in like that. Oh, very well balanced. Very pineapple forward, of course. I mean, we got pineapple rum in there, and then we also have pineapple juice. What's really nice about the pineapple rum is it gives it a little pineapple complexity in there. You know, it's not just all about the juice. Of course, you get those herbal notes from the Jägermeister. It's really nice and balanced. The simple syrup does not make it overly sweet, and then you also have some nice tartness from the lime, but it's really well blended in the cocktail. This is nice. This is a good drink. So there it is, guys, the Surfer on Crack. Bam! There it is. 4 fall cocktails. No apple, no spice, no pumpkin spice, still fall flavors. Go get it, and I'll see you guys in another time.